Okay. I made a claim that sometimes economic forecasts, even from professionals, can be very politically biased and they can be very wrong. See my previous video about how wrong the economic forecasts and stock market predictions have been by Brian Westbury, First Trust Portfolios. And I said it seems to be political. And here I find the proof. This just came out, dated November 11th, after this recent presidential election. Mandate for change. Titled Economic Research Report, not political commentary, Economic Research Report. Here it starts. The red wave finally happened. A vast majority of counties and most voter demographics moved to the right, becoming more red. The result was a landslide electoral college victory for Donald Trump, who will become the 47th president of the United States. And he mentions also about the Republicans controlling the Senate and the House likely narrowly controlled by the Republicans as well. Put it all together, and this election was a clear mandate for the returning president. Well, now 4 years ago, and I would agree with this, these are the facts, these were the election outcomes. He won all 7 swing states, I would add. He won the popular vote, I would add. However, 4 years ago, it was exactly the opposite. 4 years ago, Joe Biden won 6 swing states, all 6. Arizona, the first one to be called. He won the popular vote. He won it by over 50%, actually better than Donald Trump did. The Democrats took control of both houses of Congress. The House, the Senate was later in January because of 2 runoff elections special elections in Georgia that the Democrats won. And it was 50-50 with Kamala Harris as vice president breaking a tie. But still you had a mandate, an electoral landslide. Was that the response to the Democrats' victory? Were Republicans calling it a blue wave, a mandate? Or was there an insurrection? Was there that this was fake, this was false, this was stolen? Do you see a difference here? And so this is a political perspective, and I see this affecting an economic forecast and market forecast. It will be very interesting to see next month what the stock market forecast is for 2025. But here, let me continue. This gets really bad. The US has spent trillions on welfare, and all we are left with are collapsing inner cities and dependent people. Welfare, inner cities, doesn't this sound like racial dog whistles to you? I'm going to tell you more here where that is absolutely the case. These are racist comments, and I am going to call them out. These are disparaging comments against inner city people, and I think this is referring largely to Black and brown people in the cities, and it is also false. And why do I point this out with this language? He doesn't talk about rural poverty, rural welfare. It's only inner cities and dependent people. I'm reminded of one of my favorite comedians is a Black lesbian, Wanda Sykes. She said, "The Republicans couldn't hate me anymore if I were naked rolling around in a pile of welfare checks." This is living up to that stereotype. So here, I'm going to continue on this mandate for change. Number 1, here it is. Below is a list of things we would suggest the Trump team focus on and attempt to legislate. Number 1, we've never met a tax cut we didn't like. Okay, tax cuts. Yeah, that's what people want. Tax cuts, immigration, all of the things he campaigned on. Number 2, close DEI offices in every government agency and office, most importantly, the military. Number 2, okay, tax cuts. What about balanced budget, controlling spending, the immigration issue, all of these other issues, the federal debt, interest rates, inflation? This is an economic report. This does not belong here. Trashing DEI as the number 2 thing, it is insulting. And it goes in here to end, it says, The military may finally hit its recruitment goals by getting rid of DEI. I was on Cetera's National DEI Committee. I take offense at this. It is racist. And also, when you talk about the military may finally hit its recruitment goals, this reminds me of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, where, oh, we can't have gay people openly in the military. It's going to destroy morale. If this is a social experiment, every excuse you could think of to try to keep gay people either out of the military, some 17,000 discharges. And here we have this again. Of course, when they get rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, it's the biggest non-event since Y2K. Remember that? Y2K, all the computers were going to fail the year 2000. At any rate, this is an economic research report that is really just political. Number 7, drill, baby, drill. That's it. It doesn't say about what the economics of this, energy independence. The way this is written, also I want to point out, is bombastic and bullying. And it is just an in-your-face kind of approach. So how credible are these forecasts, this economic analysis, when it is so blatantly political? We went through this before, and I think we will go through it again. And so I'm going to keep these videos, and I said I have a big mouth, and it is going to be loud. I am not going to bite my tongue for anybody's comfort. Stay tuned for more as we go through this, all of these topics I'm going to be addressing.
Good ending.